You are live, baby. How's it going today? It's only Tuesday. A lot of stuff going on. I've been I've got a lot of business stuff to do. I don't know what else to say. Had a really good meeting today, and it's all about improving our business ability. I hate to, even bring stuff up. Just get it done, and then celebrate the win. So I had a good lunch meeting today. Been reviewing the listings for today's market. Aiden's got his homeschooling going, and it is already past 4 p.m. What a day. I was watching the camera there in Orange Beach this morning, saw the sunrise, and I kind of zoomed in on the Carib property where I actually have several clients, that's got units there. And so they zoomed in, kind of made it the focal of the video today, which I thought was really cool. Just a beautiful view down there with Ono Island behind it. It's just a great place. So, beautiful weather day. It is definitely approaching fall. The weather is cooling off. It's still hot, but not near as bad. I think it stayed under 90 degrees today and yesterday. So, it's really nice. This is a really good time to, kind of do a lot of the continuing education, licensing, adding, things like that you want to do for your businesses in the fourth quarter when the holidays approach. My son's we're already talking about Halloween, and I would like to consider, maybe doing more to celebrate Jesus's birthday through the fourth quarter, something for October, November, and December. This day and age, we just really need to keep that at the forefront instead of worrying so much about some of these federal holidays that, have just following the federal government has kind of just let everybody down, and we're so much better on a free path. So let's celebrate Jesus for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas in some sort of form. It's all in good fun there. So that's my 2 cents. All right, so I've got the MLS pulled up first. The photo in the thumbnail, if you saw that, is a beautiful Ono Island. I was reviewing in Baldwin County as well. It's a home that was built in 2017. Still looks brand new to the day, almost a decade old. Still looks brand new, but it's got a great design to it because all the bedrooms have different features for their walls and elements, like accent wall. One was shiplap, one was this, one was like in the one I put in the photo. It had wainscoting from the floor to the ceiling, and it was painted a turquoise color, an ocean vibe, and all the bedrooms were different. And I've always had, like a reference folder that I keep when I see unique things that are, something that I could reciprocate in my business somewhere, especially when you're in a completely different area. That's it's a great idea. It looks so good. It was painted so well. Something like that could really be the touch that pushes a sale, over the finish line for a closing. People want it because it's got that very unique featuring, and so that's why it's so important to do these market reviews. And I'm full time in real estate. I was talking to another broker today, and she just got her builder license as well. It's so important, to have us here for the working class people that do all these other fabulous jobs, that are such good jobs and high earners, where they've got that guarantee that we don't have. We don't have W-2 every year. We have 1099. We're on our own. And, showing those people that have those really good jobs, that they can continue to increase their wealth through real estate. And when they have somebody that's full time in it and watching constantly, you'll be doing deals. You know, a good goal is to be buying or selling at least once a year. A good goal, no matter what age you are, at least once a year. So you can make it much easier when you have that full time broker in your corner, broker and builder here. So, all right, let's dive in. I've been rambling. One of my listings, we've got the days on market reset just today. It says 38 new listings, which is a lot. A big batch of those are like lot listings in Coker. Oh, that's too funny. It's funny because one of the agents that I was with today, she got a call about one of these listings on Zillow. There's so many of them that went in. All right, first up, we're in Northport here, Grandview Drive subdivision. House built in 1994, so it's right before turn of the century. You know what I say about those homes built in the 90s, you usually get better deals for the square footage and still, same good quality, or can bring it to that new construction quality if that's what you want. This is a beautiful home, very different architecture from a cookie cutter style. Two levels, 3,115 square foot, which is big. That's a big ass house. You would want to consider your carry costs monthly, heating and cooling expenses, things like that. When you have that much, half acre parcel, 0.54, Grandview Drive, Northport County area, Victoria Sparks, Remax franchise, Premier Group location on McFarland there. Just under $1,000,000, $959,900 asking price. So you could definitely be under $1,000,000, including your closing costs. If you paid $500,000 in cash and $500,000 in loan, you might keep your closing cost, between that $40,000 gap and $1,000,000, or the seller may come down. You never know. Very interesting listing here. It must be a lake home. Well, it just says Grandview Drive. Yeah, it is. That's a lake home. It's already got the dock as well. So, that's good. You get the bigger square footage. You get the private Lake Tuscaloosa dock. All right, next up, Moundville, Tuscaloosa 69 South. Well, actually, that would be Hill County if it's in Moundville. There's an area that still has the Hillcrest school zones because it's so close. This one's Kirby Wyatt Drive. It's a mobile home with a full 1 acre, 2019 model, so it's relatively new. 2,048 square foot. That's probably a double wide, 3-bed, 2-bath, floor plan. Lauren Thomley, Keller Williams franchise branch here in Tuscaloosa. 185,000 asking. So that's very affordable home. All right, next up, Coker, Alabama. Jared Gray, Keller Williams franchise branch. This is the big bulk listings. There's a bunch of these. So this one is almost 5 acres, Pine Ridge Way for 95,000. Almost 5 acres, 95,000. Almost 6 acres, 95,000. Just over 10 acres, 135,000. Just over 10 acres again, 135. Pine Ridge, just almost 10 and a half acres, 135. So there's 3 of those, 4 of those, 5, 6. One more at 95, 2, 3. Yeah, so it looks like there's about 7 of those for 95,000, and then there were 3 or 4 of those for 135. And I did see where like 10 acres sold for 80 grand in Coker very recently. We were negotiating a lakefront lot there in Lake Arnedra, but it didn't work out. I'm not sure if the sellers want to build on it themselves or what. So yeah, Coker's a real hot area. It's on the edge of town. Those are big lots too, 5 and 10 acres. Um, maybe they've got some water features around them. All right, moving on. Tuscaloosa, 69 South, no subdivision. Mid-century home built in 1955. 2,000 square foot. It's a larger floor plan for the mid-century rancher style. 2 full acres, 2.1 exactly. Big Sandy Elementary, Hillcrest High School, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom floor plan, which is great. Holly Richardson, EXP Realty franchise in Central Alabama. She's got it listed 275. Let's see here. Okay, moving on. Back in the Ralph, Alabama, Tuscaloosa County Rural, Sipsey Valley Road South. The good thing is Sipsey Valley schools are very popular. So this land, this is basically, more west Tuscaloosa County rural land. This is almost 40 acres, 39.19, and they're asking $300,000 for it. There's a small area that is flat and clear, I can see. Maybe that's the majority of the 40 acres. I'm not sure. Adrian Knox, Visions Realty, she's got it listed, or she or him, never met them. 300,000, so it's 39.19. That's almost 7,655 per acre, which would work if you were putting a home on each acre, but they're soaking up. That's a very dense subdivision. Be eager to see how that one sells. All right, moving on. Tuscaloosa County, south again, Hinton Place, just right here across the highway. 814 Amberwood Drive. Another 3,000 plus square foot home, 3164, almost a full acre, 0.98. 2 levels, 4-bed, 2 full bath, 1 half bath. It's built in 1992, and again, you know what I say about those homes built in the 90s? You get a lot better square footage for the same money and quality. Trisha Gray, Keller Williams franchise branch owner here in Tuscaloosa. She's got it listed $490 asking price. So I can definitely tell you, that big of a house, 1992 year built, is absolutely the reason that one's only $490 and not $690. So you got a good opportunity there. You might could even do some equity gains. You never know. All right, back Tuscaloosa City North, Highgrove. A lot of new money, a lot of new houses here. Homes are really holding. 6020 Carlton Park Circle. 2-level home, 4,200 square foot. Big ass house. A lot of heating and cooling you want to keep up with. 5 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom. Everybody gets a bath. A-rated schools, Rock Quarry, North Ridge. Deb Grimsley with Advantage Realty Group, same company as myself, same broker, not a franchise. We're all independents, including the broker. 1.1 million asking price. It's a really good one. When was that built? 2021 as well. It's like new. All right, got more activity in Aliceville. This is probably closer to the Greene County area. Out there in Saps Road, 8 acres, rural wooded 8 acres for $4,750 per acre, unrestricted 8 acres with endless possibilities. What the agent says. Alicena Jackson Realty South franchise location here in Tuscaloosa. She's got it listed. Never met them. 38,000. So this is actually a cheap land listing. I'm not sure if the seller would come down. I'm not real familiar with this road, but it looks like on the map it's still wooded. Most likely, what I usually see with these types of listings is they've just been recently cleared and now they're for sale. But in the photo, it looks like it's wooded. Saps Road, Aliceville, 911 address. All right, next up, Woodstock, which is just not Tuscaloosa City. The agent's got East Tuscaloosa City, but it's got Woodstock, Alabama, which is not correct. So it's Brown Circle, Brown and Cleveland subdivision, late mid-century home, 1978. still need to sign lead-based paint disclosure form. I always sign it, even if it's on 1978, which is technically the cutoff. Moderate size home, split level. It's got parking up under the home with garages, which is nice for late mid-century as well. You get that better price point. 1,564 square foot. Ashley Bircher Realty South franchise on the mountain. Acton office. Says USDA eligible. 232.5 asking price. A lot of listings today, guys. Let's keep going. Tuscaloosa City Central. Got another single family lot. Brook Hill Road, half-acre parcel. And they want $39,999. So it's a half-acre resi lot. Joel Hinckley, Platt Labs LLC. I'm not sure. Got it listed $40,000, and that's in Tuscaloosa City Central. All right, next up, Katelan subdivision, which is just off of Highgrove Road. I really love this area. It's really accessible to get you anywhere in Tuscaloosa you need to go, including Northport back across both bridges. And honestly, all three bridges. Jonathan Fuller, Keller Williams franchise branch here in Tuscaloosa. He's got it listed. Hamilton Lane. 1,700 square foot, built in 2001. So this is another really good one. You know, it's got some age with it, but you get a better quality product because of the year built and a better price. So $269,900, somewhat affordable, right in the heart of town. It'll sell right away. All right, next up, Demopolis in southern Marengo County, 1510 West Jackson Street. One level home built in 1963, so it's a mid-century half-acre lot with it. Looks like a full brick home, 3-bed, 2-bath floor plan, 1,233 square foot, so easy on the utilities monthly as well. Derek C., DC Com, broker, owner of his company there. He does these cheap foreclosures. You know, a lot of his are really not the best condition homes, like they're pieces of crap, but this one is looks like it's full brick, and it's $44,900, which is not bad. You know, that's a house for the price of a car. And rural homes are still in such demand, and the market has changed so much that there is a new expectation of what rent is supposed to be. You buy a home like this and you say, oh, well, maybe we get $500-$600 a month for it. No. If you fix a home, no matter what it is, you can get $1,000 minimum. No matter what type of rental it is, there's always a demand. You can get $1,000 rent for $45,000 homes. You do have to make it inhabitable. You know, I'm talking about a home that's rentable, not just buy it, try to rent it to somebody as a piece of shit. You have to fix it somewhat, but it's got to have an air conditioner, you know. But there's a new standard, so $1,000, $1,200 a month, and some of these really low buy-in prices, those are good investments. So Demopolis, that's another accessible. That's a good listing. Even though it's rural, it's got a little bit more with it, and it's not going to pay the agent very much money. Okay, so next up, McCalla, still Tuscaloosa County, 1 acre, more land, been a lot of land, half circle drive. Alicia Price, EXP Realty franchise, Central Alabama. She's got it listed, and I believe it's out there by $1 Million Lake subdivision. Lakeview, Alabama is still very rural, but McCalla has a city element connected to Birmingham, which it's got a lot of people in it. And this is 1 acre, 95,000. That's probably too high. All right, next up, Tuscaloosa, Moundville, Alabama, which is Hale County, but it's got Tuscaloosa County Schools. Choctaw Circle South, Cherokee Bend subdivision. A lot of new construction homes in there. You know, those institutional builders, institutional investor builder groups are very active in here. This one was built in 2023, which is only 2 years ago. Bigger floor plan too, 2,371 square foot, which is a bigger home for the products that they're typically making. 4 bed, 2 bath, 1.5 bath, almost a half an acre, which you don't see a whole lot in these subdivisions. Glenn Wilson, First Genesis Realty, never met him. 289.9 asking price. Okay, we still got 10 more to go. Almost 37 new listings today. Big spike in new opportunities for today. This is Ralph, Alabama, Romulus Road, very well-known area with James Spann and the horrible weather patterns. Romulus gets it. This is a mid-century home with 10 acres. So built in 1955, 2,306 square foot, 10 acres with it, 3 bed, 2 bath floor plan, Myrtlewood Elementary, Simpson Valley High School, very popular schools. Right now, Carol Barnett, Paramount Properties. I've never done a deal with Carol Barnett, but I do know her. And they're asking $295,500 for that one. So $300,000. Your closing costs will put you over $300,000 for sure. Okay, more land right here. Coker, Alabama. Same deal where those other big parcels were listed today. This is Lake Lurleen Road, 5.17 acres, $15,000 an acre. Teresa Dobbs, Remax franchise, Achievers location. And she's got seller to retain mineral rights. Oh, that was the catch. I couldn't the price of the sale in Coker that I saw last week was one of the highest prices that I had seen, but it also had the seller retaining the mineral rights, which is a completely new animal especially for rural West Alabama. When you start talking about claiming mineral rights on a 10-acre parcel, it's kind of silly. There's really no purpose into that. You build it into the contract, and unless you've already got a gas pipe pump set up already, I really don't know what somebody would want to do that for. But this is the second one here. Seller says no mobile homes, so they don't want to keep it rural. They want to put houses on it, but keep the mineral rights. That really doesn't make sense. A lot of things can happen just on a virality or whatever. 78,000 asking price. That's a little over 15 grand. Okay, next up. Let's see. This is new construction, West York over at Hemina Real Estate right there on University Boulevard. These are 2,451 square foot, 5-bedroom, 5 full bathroom, 1.5 bathroom townhomes. And buddy, they are building these everywhere. I just toured with one of my investor clients, a group of townhomes just like this on the opposite side of 15th Street. It was right there on 12th Avenue, which just takes you straight into campus. It was pretty cool having that rooftop deck up 4 flights of stairs. You can have a party up on top of your roof and go straight to the campus. But this was on 15th Avenue, which is even further. 5-bed, 5 beds. That's the same deal. The city is approving these. There used to be a minimum 3 unrelated persons in any particular residence, and that has definitely changed. But it says it's ready for July 2026, so they've got a deadline of next fall, and they want $1.5 million for these. That's one unit. I'm sure you could get a hell of a lot of rent, at least $1,000 per bedroom or more, which would make it a $5,000 payment. Let's see what we got. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 of those, and they're all 1.5 million ish. Some below, some above. West York exclusive listing agent. You could really get, if you utilize my buyer agency on a property like that, you could get a $10,000 furniture allowance paid for my commission, when I have a $20,000 or $30,000 commission check on a luxury property or a student property like that, an investment, we can really help save you money, because a $10,000 sale is like, one of the biggest sale we'll make all year right now, and so that's very important to focus on, is those properties that have bigger commissions where everybody can eat and be happy and make more money. All right, next up, Magnolia Hills, Northport City. This is a builder-created subdivision, Magnolia Hills, but they have been building and selling like crazy, just the same as the one over there by Walmart. It was literally built and sold in 2021. Every house in the subdivision plat was built and sold in 2021 or by the end of 22. Same with Magnolia Hills right here. There was several in here last week as well. 4-bed, 2-bath, almost 1,800 square feet. Northport City Schools for $319,900. So they do make a good product, even though all the homes I build are solid construction, solid masonry construction. I like a good quality brick home. These are a little bit different product, but still get you a great price point, brand new construction. There's 7 of those. It's called Bryant Row. It's on 15th Avenue. Take Queen City to Paul Bryant, property on your left. So it's right off of Paul Bryant as well. That definitely would be a lot better than the 12th Avenue. I guess I got that confused. And those were priced a little bit differently as well. So that's a really interesting batch of new listings today, especially when you add in these last new construction townhomes on campus. 5 bedrooms, around 1.5 million. Depending on how much rent you can get, I know you can do around $1 million in debt for $7,000 a month. And if the rent was anywhere like $1,500 a month for those bedrooms, it could probably make a lot of sense. New construction is some of the best to take that premium rental rate for the first 3 years when it's brand new, then cash it out as well, because the value is going to go up. So you compound all the rent you can collect with the gains in equity over the first couple of years, and then when you sell it, those are probably really good properties. And right off of Bryant Drive as well is a much better location. So yeah, that's it. 38 new listings. We just reviewed them all. If you're interested in any of these, just give us a call. I review these myself for my companies and my benefit. And just the same, all these land listings, I really try to zero in on that and at least print them off, each day. So I've got a fresh, a convenient access to the most recent new listings, sellers that are ready to sell. We can go in, do the deal, acquire the property, start building, the way we like it. Don't forget to call my sponsored lender, Ryan Pernude. He and I make a great team when it's your time to purchase. Him and his wife, Heather, work together just like Brandy and I do for your benefit. And if you need anything, we'll be here marching into Wednesday, midweek. And just give us a call. We look forward to it.